Okay, now this is the second improv show I've seen by Racing Minds. So going into it, I pretty much knew what to expect, as much as you can know from, from an improv show. So if you haven't seen the review of their first show, and now for something completely improvised, go check that out now. Um, I'm not going to rehash what I said in there. This is, I guess, pretty much a part two of the review. So, now, as the name tells you, this one's themed as a radio play. Radio plays are a particular favourite of mine. It's very, very dorky and old school. And I was pretty excited for this show, and it didn't disappoint at all. This time the group actually got their suggestions before the show started. So get there early if you want to be a part, because in the bar out the front of the Blue Room, what they'll do is they'll wander around with little sort of suggestion slips, and you write the name of the character, a location for a key scene, that sort of thing, and then they draw them out of a hat. So that was a good approach, and it let them, I guess, get straight into the show, as opposed to having to spend 5 minutes at the start of it getting those suggestions. So I guess also different from the last show is they actually have guest performers. Their Foley studio, or sound effects desk, is manned by a different Fringe performer every show. Now, the one I saw had the very talented Brianna Williams, who bravely took on the challenge of providing sound effects for the group of nutters behind the retro mics at the front of the stage. Now, the one I saw was this strange little crime story involving chimney sweeps literally kidnapping hundreds of people. A detective with a curious passion for grammar, particularly commas, and a number of accidentally, probably outrageously offensive jokes from Chris Turner. At one point, he got banished to, behind the keyboard where they actually took his mic away from him as well. So to be honest, I didn't really enjoy this show quite as much as the previous one. It was still great, but the lack of a physical component to the humour, and their lame attempts at costumes and things like that, it did detract slightly from the humour. That said, it was still a fantastic show. It's, saying this one wasn't as good as the last one is like saying that a plate full of bacon isn't as good as two plates full of bacon. Shit, man, it's a plate full of bacon. It's awesome. Now, it's on at the Blue Room for the rest of this week. Now, their last show on Saturday is already sold out, so get in quick if you like improv, or if you like radio plays, or if you just, if you like to like things. Check out And Now for Something Completely Wireless by Racing Minds.